This week's guest is the mayor of the city of Bradenton. I'm Rob. This is Sarasota SpeaX Pre-Show, tailored by Tweeds. What's up, everyone? I'm Rob. This is the pre-show tailored by Tweeds. When you are looking to level up your style game, come on down to any of our locations all across the state of Florida. This week's guest is Mayor Gene Brown. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So tell us, what is the role of the mayor in the city of Bradenton?
In the city of Bradenton, the mayor kind of coordinates the meetings and obviously works day to day with the staff, the administrative staff, to kind of keep your garbage getting picked up, your toilets flushing, and all the things in between.
Got it. What inspired you to get involved in politics and end up becoming mayor here?
Really just being community involved, and I grew up at the Boys Club, now the Boys and Girls Clubs of Manatee County, and really kind of giving back and doing things. And as 2012, one of the council members called me and said there's a seat open, and thought I'd be good at it, and got involved. And then 5 years ago ran for mayor and was fortunate enough to win.
Awesome. So yes, I understand you've been mayor since 2021. Can you tell us about any projects that you've been proud of or excited about, or any things that you have coming up that you'd like to share?
One of the things that's been my goal in the city is obviously generationally to really do things to help our kids for the future. My family in Manatee County with my grandkids is now 7th generation. And the first 3 were Cortez fishermen, and 3 in our family business now, and then obviously the grandkids. But really to make things that they're face and fix things. You know, some of our infrastructure, as we saw with our storms last year, the infrastructure really needed to, had gotten old. The city was founded in May of 1903, so we're a little bit older, but sometimes as you get older, you got to fix things, and some of those projects are going, starting now and going on. We were fortunate just to get $8.3 million from our lobbyists or legislators this year, and really working on that. And we got a notice today that we got another grant for $19 million, that we're really working hard on collaboration with our community and fixing some of our infrastructure.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor. That is going to do it for the pre-show. Remember, when you are looking to level up your style game, come on down to any of our Tweeds locations. You can follow us on Instagram at TweedsSuitShop. Check us out, tweedsuitshop.com. Stay tuned for a quick sneak peek of this week's upcoming episode with Mayor Gene Brown.
Well, before we broke there for the rapid fire, you were going somewhere, so I'll let you pick up where you left off.
Yeah, no, it's just something that you really want to look at, and when you're trying to help people, you know, and that's what I think life is. I think everybody's got a good heart.
Sure.
No matter what political side you're on, people want what they think is right, and if we can really start to work together a little bit more. But I've always said that do this job to make that difference for the grandchildren and all of that. I don't need for the headache, sometimes what comes with it. I don't need it for the money. And my wife always says, well, it just sounds conceited for the money. Well, too many politicians get in it, do the things that they think is what sounds good at the moment, that ends up keeping their job maybe, or when you look back, you said, well, they kept the job but never got anything done. Those people got fired after a certain time. Yeah. 20 years later, the projects that they did are something that is helping the city. Fixing our infrastructure, fixing things, you know, that can help. And I think if there was...
You mean making that difficult decision
that
people wouldn't agree with, maybe?
Our city administrator, Rob Perry, came from Albuquerque. Albuquerque has had some political different moves over the years. He was fired when it switched from D to R. It was R, and he was in, there was D, switched over. But the reason it switched is, this is very interesting because it really makes me think. This is a point that I think if people think about, they in Albuquerque have Route 66 that goes right through Albuquerque. Route 66 was old. So all the businesses were like, you got to fix it up, you got to fix it up. So they had a council out there that for $20 million got $120 million from the government match. So $140 million. Well, Albuquerque remodeling Route 66 was devastated. Businesses closing because traffic, all of that. Well, that was 10 years ago. Now it's back open. It's the best thing they ever did. But those people were willing to make a point that we got this. You know, for $20 million, the federal government matched $120 million. So they did it, and everybody fired who was in office at that time. now look. And so I always talk with Rob about what's our Route 66. I don't want to do a good thing and be fired, but what is our Route 66? And that's on my board in my office. And he always laughs at me. But you really think about it, what is your Route 66 that you're going to be willing to take a stand that you think will be better? And not in a mean way, with a good heart way.
Yeah.
If things are better, sometimes you lose your job and then they look back and say, best thing that ever happened to our town. So some
that
of those
Gene
things,
guy really knew what he was doing.
Yeah.